am just about to start my workout for today. All I'm using today is a set of dumbbells and my jump rope. If you do not have dumbbells, a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles will work. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, let me just tell you that for reference and for reference only, I'm going to be using a set of 10-pound dumbbells. 10 pounds is a good weight for me. That's going to challenge me plenty today. But you may need to use something lighter than that. You may need to use something heavier than that. That depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It also just depends on what you have available to you. And of course, it depends on how hard you are looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. If you do not have dumbbells, look for household items that will work. So probably the easiest, most accessible thing for most people is going to be just grabbing a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles and fill them with some sort of weight. You could fill them with water, that's probably easiest, but you might be able to make them a little bit heavier if you fill them with something like uncooked rice or dried beans or lentils, kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, playground sand, maybe even those little decorative pebbles. You can get them super cheap at Dollar Tree. So just get creative and use what you've got, but as long as you can find something that you're able to maintain a secure grip on so that you're not going to drop it and injure yourself or break something and make a mess, and as long as it's not too heavy for you, then any number of household items can work for weight. Other than my dumbbells, all I'm using is my jump rope. So grab your jump rope if you have one, but if you don't have a jump rope, don't worry. You can still do this workout right along with me. You can either eliminate the jump rope sections or you can substitute with any other cardio exercise while I'm jumping rope. So let's go ahead and just talk about jump rope first. We are doing 10-minute jump rope sections. So another thing you might want to grab is a speaker and maybe get like a playlist together. I will not be listening to music, but 10 minutes is kind of a long time to jump rope. So it might make it a little bit more tenable if you have a playlist ready of songs that make you feel good. So get that ready, make sure you have a speaker close by, and then for those jump rope sections, it just might make it a little bit less tedious, but I will not be listening to music. So you're also going to need an interval timer if you're going to go and do the workout on your own. An interval timer or an interval timer app on your phone works just as well. Of course, if you're going to be working out along with the video, you can just use my timer. Just rest when I rest, jump rope when I jump rope. That's fine. But that's it. So we're going to be starting and finishing with jump rope. We're starting the workout with a 10-minute jump rope section, and we're finishing the workout with another 10-minute jump rope section. So you can eliminate the jump rope sections entirely if you prefer. Other than the jump rope sections, we're just doing 2 exercises with the dumbbells. So I will be including this workout on my playlist of 2 exercise workouts. So if you don't have a jump rope, your options are as follows. Number 1, you can eliminate the jump rope sections entirely. Number 2, for those 10-minute jump rope sections, when I'm jumping rope, you can be doing any other type of moderate paced cardio you want. So first of all, you really could just pantomime jumping rope. That's fine. You can just pretend to be jumping over a rope. You can have your feet together if you like. When I jump rope, I always just kind of jog in place like this. So you can do it like that if you prefer. Of course, if you're going to do that, you don't really need to be pretending to swing a jump rope. You can just jog in place. If you want to increase the difficulty level a little bit more and really test your stamina, you could do high knees, something more strenuous like that. We're just on 20-second work intervals, so they're short work intervals. You could do toe taps if you have like a chair or a stool or a plyo box in front of you. You could do toe taps, but you could do jumping jacks, a pendulum, mountain climbers. It doesn't matter. Any type of moderate paced cardio exercise you want to do is fine. And you can just stay on the same intervals that I'm on. But while I'm jumping rope, you can be doing jumping jacks or high knees or jogging in place or something like that. The other thing you could do is if you have something like an exercise bike or a treadmill or an elliptical Stairmaster, something like that, you could hop on one of those for 10 minutes. You could go for a jog, either in your neighborhood, like around the block, or if you want to take your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail, if there's like a dirt track there or someplace you can jog, a fire road like close to the hiking trail, you could do like a 10-minute jog, or if you have access to the field at your local high school, you could jog around the track for 10 minutes. And your cardio sections, my cardio sections are going to be exactly 10 minutes long. Yours don't have to be, but plus or minus about 10 minutes. So if you wanted to, for example, jog around the track, if you have access to the field at your local high school, you can jog around the track for 10 minutes. So, or around 10 minutes. So for some people that might be 4 times around the track, great. If you're super fast, maybe you can do 7 or 8 times around the track in about 10 minutes. So that's up to you, but just plus or minus about 10 minutes or so of moderate pace cardio. Any way you want to get it done is fine. So if you're gonna be at the field at your local high school, you could also do up and down the bleachers, or if you have stairs in your home or your apartment complex, or again, if there's steps at the beach or the park or the hiking trail, up and down the steps is another great option. So again, just get creative. The point is just to do about 10 minutes of moderate paced cardio. So any way you want to get that done will work. And if you would prefer to just eliminate the cardio sections and do just the middle part of the workout, that's fine too, okay? So for our jump rope sections, we are on 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals times 20 rounds. That's 10 minutes. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine, and you can mix it up. You don't have to do the same style the entire 10 minutes. Again, I always just kind of jog in place like this while I'm jumping rope. If you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, great, jump with your feet together. If you are advanced and you really excel at jump rope, feel free to do something more challenging. You can do high knees, jump rope jacks, you can jump side to side, you can do twist jumps. You can do like a boxer shuffle, it doesn't matter, okay? Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine, and you don't have to stick with the same style of jump rope the entire time. Just 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds of jumping rope, any way you want to jump rope for 10 minutes, okay? So that is part 1 and part 3 of the workout. For part 2 of the workout, we're just doing 2 exercises. The first exercise is a squat variation. So really you could do any squat variation you want, with or without weight. I'm just going to be doing a weighted sumo squat. So when I say a sumo squat, I just mean I'm starting with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to have my toes angled out slightly at about a 45-degree angle. I'm just going to be holding my weights in front of me and doing my squats like this. Super simple. So choose any squat variation you want, with or without weight. Just make sure you're minding your form on the squats. So remember, the first thing you want to think about is tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets so that your shoulders are back and down away from your ears. That's also going to help you keep your chest lifted nice and high, which is what we want. Make sure your abs are super strong and tight and engaged. Imagine that someone's about to come along and punch you as hard as they can in your stomach, and you're bracing for that impact. That's how engaged your abs should be. And then before you think of squatting, I want you to think of this as a hip hinge first. So if you think about just squatting straight down, what's going to tend to happen is that your knees are going to end about over your toes. That's really not the movement. Instead, I want you to think about this as a hip hinge. So push your booty back. Imagine trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remember, you're keeping those shoulder blades tucked into the back pockets so that your chest is lifted nice and high. So you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, think about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. You want to elongate your spine so that your back stays flat, and you want to keep all of the weight in your heels. And from here is where you can sink down into your squat. Then press your heels into the ground to stand, okay? So just think flat back, weight in the heels. And of course, make sure your core is engaged. So shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. Hinging at the hips, push the booty back, keep your back flat, keep the weight in your heels as you come down into your squat, and then press your heels into the ground to stand. Okay, so any squat variation, with or without weight, is fine. I'm going to be doing a weighted sumo squat. So just holding my dumbbells in front of me like this, starting with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and I'm just going to be coming down into my squat like this, okay? Super simple. The second and final exercise is an Arnold press. Now, if you have nothing that is going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to your workout, I hear that, but you're not really going to be able to do this. I mean, you can do it, you're not able to do it, but there's really no point in doing it. We're pressing the weight up overhead. So if you're not holding on to anything for weight, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do this. So you have two options. Option number one, you can not do this workout. I have an entire playlist of workouts that are just body weight exercises only. So I will link that playlist up here in the iCard. It will also be linked in the description box down below the video, and I will link it at the very end of the video as well. So on any given day, if you do not have the equipment that I'm using, remember that that playlist exists. So you can always just choose another workout where you know you're not going to need to add weight to any of the exercises. That's one option. Option number two, though, you really can just substitute with a different exercise. So it's not going to look anything like what I'm doing, but what do you want to work on today? So we're getting legs and glutes with our squats. If you want to do an upper body exercise, then maybe you could do like a push-up variation or some kind of plank exercise. If you want to work core, maybe plank shoulder taps or something like that. You could do dips. Maybe if you have like a strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface that you could use, like for example, a plyo box would be ideal, but you could use your couch or your coffee table. If you're taking your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail, I'm sure you could find something there like a boulder or the bottom couple of bleachers, something like that. Okay, so dips is another option. Or if you have like a park nearby that has like maybe parallel bars, you could hold on to some parallel bars and do dips or knee raises. Okay, so any exercise you want, just what do you want to work on today? What do you have available to you? And you can just do a completely different exercise while I'm doing my Arnold presses. Okay, so those are your two options. If you have absolutely nothing that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout, but I'm doing Arnold presses. So it's just an overhead press with a goal post, okay? So grab your dumbbells or your shampoo bottles or your water bottles, whatever you're using for weight. You're going to start with the weights up by your shoulders. So you are looking at my palms right now. My palms are facing you. I'm going to straighten my elbows and press the weights up overhead, then reverse the movement. Bring the weights back down to my shoulders with control. And now I'm going to squeeze the weights together in front of me, and then bring them back to my shoulders. That's it, okay? So my feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Slight bend to the knees. Make sure you're not locking out your knees. Make sure your core is engaged. So again, tighten up those ab muscles. And just make sure as you're squeezing those weights together that you're not just banging them together. Make sure every aspect of the movement is under control. So you're not using momentum to propel the weights up, you're lifting the weights up, you're lowering them back down with control, okay? You're not letting gravity do any of the work, and you definitely don't want to like hit yourself in the shoulders with your weights. So make sure that aspect of the movement is under control as well. And then you're not banging the weights together. Think more of squeezing the weights together. I like to imagine that the two ends of my dumbbells are magnets, and you're trying to get them to touch, but they can't quite touch because of that magnetic field in the middle. So have that kind of thought in your head. Visualize trying to touch the dumbbells together, but you can't, okay? Really feel that squeeze in your chest. But that's it, that's an Arnold press. And that's it. Those are the only two exercises we're doing. So here is the format. I already explained the jump rope section. So we're starting with a 10-minute jump rope section, 10-second rest intervals, and 20-second work intervals times 20 rounds. And then we are moving on to part 2, where we're doing our weighted sumo squat and our Arnold presses. Now, for part 2 of the workout, it's really 2 ladder workouts happening simultaneously, which sounds confusing, but it's really, really easy. So for our sumo squats, we are going to be descending the ladder. We're going to start by doing a set of 20 sumo squats. And then with each subsequent round, we will deduct 1 rep. So we're going to come down our ladder 1 rung at a time, so that by round 20, we're going to be just doing 1 rep, okay? And then for our Arnold presses, it's the opposite. We're going to be ascending our ladder. For round 1, we're going to do just 1 Arnold press. And then with each subsequent round, we will add 1 rep. So round 1 is going to be 20 sumo squats and 1 Arnold press. Round 2 will be 19 sumo squats and 2 Arnold presses. Round 3 will be 18 sumo squats and 3 Arnold presses, okay? So with each subsequent round, you're doing the same 2 exercises back to back, but you're always going to be deducting 1 rep of squats and adding 1 rep of Arnold press. So with each round, you're going to be doing a total of 21 reps combined, okay? So for the final round, it's going to be just 1 sumo squat, 20 reps of Arnold press. It's going to be super tough. And this section of the workout will absolutely work as a standalone workout. So remember, you have the option of eliminating the jump rope sections if you're pressed for time, or you don't have a jump rope, or you just don't feel like doing cardio today for whatever reason. You can just do part 2. After part 2, we are going to finish up with another 10-minute jump rope section. It's going to be identical to part 1. So for me, that's 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals times 20 rounds. 10 minutes of interval jump rope. You can be doing plus or minus about 10 minutes of any type of moderate paced cardio you want, and that's it. That's the workout. Super simple, but it's going to be super tough. All right, so hopefully that is all clear. Please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how it all fits together, if you have any questions about the exercises that we are doing today, any doubts about how to do the exercises correctly, or if you need help with beginner modifications, I'm always here to help, so please ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And hopefully you guys know that it is also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. I also want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to please make sure that you are going at your own pace and minding your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. So for our weighted exercises, if you are in great shape, if you're really strong, you have excellent stamina, you are definitely going to be faster than I am, and that's wonderful. Be faster than I am. Just make sure that you are not losing anything off of your form to get there. If you are racing through the exercises because maybe you're competing against me and you're trying to stay ahead of me, or maybe you just set a really ambitious time goal for yourself that you're kind of chasing, I'm not discouraging you from competing with me. I'm not discouraging you from setting an ambitious time goal. I'm just saying that if you find that you're racing to meet your time goal or to stay ahead of me and your form starts to get sloppy, then you need to slow down, okay? It's always going to be safer and more effective to slow down and do your reps with the best form you can manage than it is to race through and just go through the motions and allow your form to get sloppy, okay? And the same thing applies if you're slower than I am. If you're slower than I am, wonderful. As long as you got your little booty dressed and you are out here today doing the work and getting your reps done with me, that's all that matters. That, and that you're doing the reps with good form. So if you're slower than I am, be slower than I am. Please do not race to keep up with me at the expense of your form. If you are racing to keep up with me and your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. If you fall behind, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or because you're needing longer rest breaks than what I'm taking, or you're needing rest breaks where I'm not taking them, that's fine. Just pause the video. I'm not going anywhere. When you're ready, come back and we will resume the workout together. I do want you to challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. You should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you are able to continue with good form. Okay, so please make sure that you are going at your own pace. Please make sure that you are never sacrificing your form for speed. Make sure that you are doing the exercises correctly. And please make sure that you are working to your own level. So that means choosing a set of dumbbells or household items that are an appropriate weight for you. It might mean dropping down to a lighter weight if necessary, or losing the added weight altogether. It might mean shortening up your range of motion on the squats. It might mean holding on to something for support. So it might mean taking longer rest breaks. Okay, so please just rest as needed, listen to your body, be smart, be safe, use your common sense, make the decision that is best for you, and just do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and start the workout, take a minute to gather whatever equipment you need. So for me, that's my jump rope, a set of dumbbells. I'm also going to be using my jump rope mat, my interval timer, of course, and some fitness gloves. So fitness gloves are not strictly necessary, but I find that for me, they help me to maintain a more secure grip on my dumbbells. So I will be wearing fitness gloves. An interval timer is necessary for this workout, or an interval timer phone or app on your phone. But again, if you are working out along with the video, you can just use my interval timer. If you don't have a jump rope mat, you probably don't need one if you're jumping rope on maybe grass or a wood floor, but because I'm jumping rope out here on concrete, I use my jump rope mat so that it doesn't destroy my jump rope. But if you're not adding weight to the workout and you're maybe doing an ab exercise or push-ups that you might be doing from your knees, and you're going to be more comfortable with something soft beneath you, then definitely grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, maybe a towel will suffice, or a seat cushion, a throw pillow, something like that. But if you need something soft beneath you for any reason, go ahead and grab that as well. Grab a set of dumbbells if you have them. If you don't have dumbbells, remember you can use household items. So maybe a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles filled with some sort of weight. And again, you might want to have a speaker close by. So if you don't have a speaker close by and you want to listen to music during our cardio sections, go ahead and grab a speaker. Make sure you have a great playlist ready to go. And then once you have gathered all of your equipment, pause the video, go get dressed. Meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick little 5-minute warm up, and then we'll get right into this super tough workout. Now, sometimes when I start the workout with jump rope, I don't do the warm-up routine that we typically do before almost all of my workouts. So that's an option. You can do that if you want. You can use the chapter markers to skip over the warm-up and just jump right into our first jump rope section, or whatever you're doing for cardio. That's an option, and I won't be mad if you do that, but I do want to do the warm-up routine that I typically do before almost all of my workouts, because that warm-up routine not only gets my heart rate up, but I also take a minute to get my, wake up my shoulders and my hip flexors, and I just feel like I want to do that before I start on my squats and my Arnold presses. So if you don't want to do the warm-up with me, that's fine, but I'm going to be starting with my normal warm-up routine, even though we're starting the workout with jump rope. So either way, gather your equipment, get dressed, and then meet me right back here. If you want to do the warm-up with me, great. If not, you can just get right into the workout. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up routine. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Now place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You are not pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arms should be completely relaxed. You're just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the opposite side of your neck by just using the weight of your arm to do so. Now we're going to do the other side, so allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. They should be down, away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest, then towards the opposite shoulder, and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier. I want you to allow your range of motion to increase until finally your entire torso is just kind of spilling in front of you. Now we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So just roll your shoulders either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter, but really explore your full range of motion here. So think about making the circles as big as you possibly can. Next, we're going to do some arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So extend your arms straight out to the sides, and then start by making small circles with your arms, either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're exploring your full range of motion, making the circles as big as you can. Now step your feet out so that they're a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and sweep your arms in front of you. And as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can. Each time you bend your knees, just allow your range of motion to increase, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. They should be wider than shoulder width apart. We're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. And now adding the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm just reaching my arm across my body. It's like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Now step the feet into the center. We're just going to march in place, super simple. Start with your knees low. But as the interval progresses, start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're going to jog in place. Same thing, knees are low to start. But gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can. Really get them up there. Next is booty kicks. So keep jogging, but now with each step, you're bringing your foot behind you. Really try to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. For this next one, if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support. If not, hands on the hips is fine. Pick up one foot, and you're just gonna swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose, we're just waking up those hip flexors. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the opposite foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then as the interval progresses, if it feels comfortable, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Now put this foot down, transfer your weight again, pick up the opposite foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then bring the leg around and behind you, making a little semicircle. And with each semicircle, lifting that leg higher and higher. And now 2 hip circles. So drive the knee up towards your chest and use your hand to guide it around. Other leg. So extending the opposite leg out in front, bringing the leg around and behind, lifting that leg higher and higher each time, and now 2 hip circles. So now we're going to finish with a hamstring stretch. Feet wide apart, hinge at the hips, and forward fold. If you want to use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch to assist you getting into this stretch, it might make it a little bit more accessible for you, and it might make it easier to keep your back flat. You want to keep your back as flat as possible in this stretch so that you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. So we're only there for a few seconds. So that's it though, that's our little 5-minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get right into the workout. Part 1 is 10 minutes of moderate paced cardio. So I'm doing interval jump rope. We're on 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals times 20 rounds. Remember, if you don't have a jump rope, you can be doing any type of moderate paced cardio exercise you want for about 10 minutes. So now would be the time to get your music going if you want to listen to music. I am starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. We always start with the rest interval just so that we have a little bit of time to get ready and we don't lose anything off of our first work interval. So now we're going to jump rope for 20 seconds. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. I'm just kind of like jogging in place. You can jump with your feet together if you prefer. Now rest for 10 seconds. I'm just going to do that 19 more times. I'm gonna be really struggling to get through these jump rope sections because my stamina is lacking right now. Just do your best. If it's too difficult to do 10 minutes, you can just do 5 minutes. That's fine. If you want to do the full 10 minutes, but maybe you need a little rest break in between, you can do 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals times 10 rounds. That's 5 minutes. And then you can give yourself a minute or two to rest, and then just repeat that. Whatever works for you is fine. forget how many intervals are left, but I feel like we must be starting to get close. I'll take a peek at my timer. Yeah, just 3 intervals left. So let's push. Okay, this is our final work interval. Let's push. Okay, that's it. That's our 10 minutes. You can stop if you want. I'm just going to keep going until my timer stops beeping. So that's part 1. I forgot to mention that when I'm doing interval jump rope and we get to the last interval, my timer does that long series of beeps to let me know that it's not just the end of that interval, but the end of the whole thing. So that series of beeps goes on for, I don't know, something like 15 seconds. So I always like to keep jumping rope until the beeping stops. And I do that for a couple of reasons. Number 1, I like to finish strong. So it's kind of like at the end of a long race, you have nothing left in the tank, but somehow you dig deep and you summon the strength to sprint to the finish line. So it's my way of finishing strong, but also I was tripping over my jump rope quite a bit because I'm just out of practice with my jump rope. Not that I'm any good at jump rope anyway, but I trip over my jump rope all the time. But that's another reason that I do those extra like 15 seconds or so of jump rope at the end of the very last interval, is just to feel like I'm making up for that amount of time that I lost from tripping over my jump rope. So you don't have to do that with me. As soon as the beeping starts, that means that the final interval is over and you can stop jumping rope. But I'm going to be doing the same thing for part 3, the second jump rope section, so just so you know in advance now. I told you I'm just struggling with my stamina right now, so I feel like I need a couple of minutes to allow my heart rate to come down a little bit and to allow my breathing to normalize before I start on part 2. If you don't need this long rest break, you don't have to take it. Use the chapter markers and just skip ahead to part 2 whenever you're ready to begin. And remember that if I start part 2 and you need more rest, you can always pause the video and just start part 2 when you're ready. You should only begin when you feel that you have enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So since my stamina is subpar right now, I just need to take an extra couple of minutes before starting part 2 because I know this is going to be super tough. So as always, rest as needed. If you want to towel off, get a sip of water, this is a good time to do that. So we're going to start part 2. This is our 2 ladder workouts going on simultaneously. We'll wait for the plane and then we'll get started. Shout over the plane. All right, so we are doing 2 exercises. We're doing our weighted sumo squat and Arnold press. For our weighted sumo squats, we're starting with 20 reps, working our way down the ladder 1 rung at a time until we get to just 1 rep with our final round. And for our Arnold presses, we're doing the opposite. We're starting at the bottom rung of the ladder. So with round 1, we'll just do 1 Arnold press. With each subsequent round, we will add 1 rep of Arnold press so that the final round will be 20 Arnold presses, okay? So descending the ladder for our squats, ascending the ladder for our Arnold presses. Each round, we're doing a total of 21 reps of those 2 exercises combined. So round 1 is going to be 20 squats and 1 Arnold press. Round 20 is going to be 1 squat and 20 Arnold presses. Okay, have I stalled long enough? Can I do this? I guess we'll find out. So starting with our weighted sumo squat. So I'm starting with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Toes are angled out slightly at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm just holding my weights in front of me like this. Now remember to mind your form regardless of what squat variation you're doing. Keep your back flat, keep the weight in your heels. So weighted sumo squat, press your heels into the ground to stand. We're doing 20 reps, so do your best. And now just 1 Arnold press. So bring the weights up to your shoulders, press the weights up overhead, bring the weights back down to your shoulders with control, and now squeeze the weights together in front of you and return to your starting position. That's it. Just 1 rep in round 1. So that's our 21 reps. Now with each subsequent round, we'll be deducting 1 squat, adding 1 Arnold press. So round 2 is going to be 19 squats, 2 Arnold presses. As soon as you're ready, here we go. That's 19. So now 2 Arnold presses. And that's round 2. If you're stronger than I am, in better shape than I am, your stamina is better than mine, you don't have to take these little rest breaks in between sets if you don't need to. Remember, you should always be going at your own pace. Just make sure you're minding your form. Don't sacrifice your form for speed. So next round, Deducting one squat. That means we'll do 18 squats, adding one Arnold press. So 3 Arnold presses. Remember, the 2 exercises together should always add up to a total of 21 reps. So here we go. When you're ready, 18 squats. Three Arnold presses. That's round 3. So for round 4, we're going to do 17 squats and 4 Arnold presses. That's round 4. Next round is going to be 16 squats and 5 Arnold presses. I know it's tough. I'm doing it with you, so I know it's tough. If you need to pause and rest, pause and rest. When you're ready, let's get started on round 5. Five Arnold presses. That's round 5. So for round 6, we're going to do 15 squats and 6 Arnold presses. It's easier to keep track when you remember that the number always has to add up to 21. And whatever round we're on, that's the same number of reps that you're doing for the second exercise. Make sense? So that was round 5. We did 5 Arnold presses. Now we're going to start round 6, which means we're doing 6 Arnold presses, and 6 plus 15 is 21. So 15 squats. When you're ready, here we go. It's 15. So now 6 Arnold presses. And that's round 6. If the weights you started with are starting to get too taxing and you have a lighter set of weights, you can always drop down. My only lighter set of weights are 5s, and that wouldn't challenge me at all. So I'm sticking with my 10-pound dumbbells. I told you this would challenge me plenty for today. I knew I would be crying by round 5. So that was round 6. So now starting round 7, so we're doing 14 squats and 7 Arnold presses. That's 14. Seven Arnold presses. That's 7. So that's round 7. I just realized that I forgot to start my timer. I was going to time this middle part of the workout separately, and I forgot to start my timer. It's fine, I'm making a video. I'll just go back and watch the video and time it, but I just thought of that now that I did intend to time this middle section. It's fine. All right, so round 8, we're doing 13 squats and 8 Arnold presses. So now you can feel the squats finally starting to get a little bit easier, but we're really starting to feel those Arnold presses becoming a lot more taxing. approaching that halfway point of the workout. So here we go, 13 squats. And as soon as you're ready, 8 Arnold presses. That's round 8. So round 9, 12 squats, 9 Arnold presses. When you're ready. That's 12. Nine Arnold presses. That's round 9. So depending on your strengths, I should say, whether you have stronger lower body or stronger upper body, it may be starting to get a little bit easier for you, maybe starting to get unbearably difficult for you. So just do your best. This is round 10. So for this round, we are doing 11 squats and 10 Arnold presses. As soon as you're ready, here we go. That's 11. Remember, the numbers always add up to 21. That was 11 squats, so that means we have to do 10 Arnold presses. I know, that's a lot. We got this. When you're ready. That's 10. All right, that's round 10. So we're halfway there. If you have had enough, if getting to this point has taken you a really long time, or you just don't have any strength left in your arms or in your quads, this is a good place to stop. You can stop here and then either tack on another cardio section or do your bonus burpee and call it a day. That is totally up to you. Remember that if you are the one doing it, it is your workout. So you do it in whatever way works for you. You should always be making whatever changes and modifications you need to make in order to suit your fitness level, your access to equipment, any time constraints you may have, okay? So I'm sharing what my workout of the day with you. You are, of course, invited to do it right along with me, and you are invited to do exactly what I'm doing without any changes, but you can make whatever changes you want to, and I won't know. So you do you. All right, just taking a little rest break here because I figured this is a good point to stop and breathe a little bit. This is the halfway point. So from here on out, we are going to be doing more Arnold presses with each round than we are squats, okay? That was round 10. So this is round 11 that we're about to start right now. We're doing just 10 squats, which isn't too bad, but then we have to do 11 Arnold presses, which is kind of bad. They're tough, I know. All right, if you need a longer rest break so that you can towel off, get a sip of water, if you need your heart rate to come down a little bit more, if you need time to regain some more strength and allow your stamina to kind of recover a little bit, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and get started on round 11. So just 10 sumo squats. Remember, you can drop the weight altogether for your squats if you need to as well. That's 10. So now 11 Arnold presses. So that's round 11. I'm going to get to a point where I'm unable to do my Arnold presses unbroken because I was really pushing hard to get that 11th rep done. So for the remaining 9 rounds, I may have to break up my Arnold presses, like take little rest breaks in between. So remember, break it up however you need to. I'm gonna get the reps done. That's the important part. All right, so that was round 11. Round 12, 9 squats and 12 Arnold presses. When you're ready. The squats are getting kind of easy. That's the good news. That's 9. Now for the bad news. 12 Arnold presses. My arms are starting to feel like jelly. So I'll push really hard. I'll try my best to do all 12 reps without stopping, but if I'm able to do that, I know it's going to be very soon that I'm not able to do all of my reps without stopping. So I'm prepared to pause and rest if necessary. Five. It's 10. 11. 12. So I did it, but it was really hard. I might be able to do one more round without breaking those up. But even if I am able to do round 13 without breaking up my Arnold presses, that's like for sure going to be the last round that I'm able to do that. My arms are ready to fall off. All right, that was round 13, right? All right, round 14, just 7 squats. So let's go ahead and just get these out of the way. Or wait, I need to do one more squat. 8. What round am I on? No, we did round 13 already, right? This is round 14. Right, okay, so I did an extra squat. It's all right. So now I have to do 14 Arnold presses. Yes? Am I doing this right? I feel like I skipped around, but I don't think I did. I'm just getting delirious. All these Arnold presses are doing me in. All right, 14 reps of Arnold press. Do your best. Do 4 more. Eleven. 12. 13. 14. Oh. All right, so for sure, I'm gonna have to be breaking those up from here on out. So that was round 14. Round 15, we just have to do 6 squats, which is fantastic. Then we have to do 15 Arnold presses. So let's go ahead and get the squats out of the way, just 6 reps. So now I have to do 15 Arnold presses. So let me push really, really hard and see if I can do my first 10 unbroken. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because last round I did my first 10 unbroken, but it was really, really tough getting there. But I'll try to see if I can do one more round. I'll do 10 unbroken if I can, rest, and then finish up with the final 5 reps. That's my plan. Let's see what happens. It's 5. That's 9 more. That's 10. Alright. So I have to do 5 more. I love it that the squats are getting easier, but it means that we have less time to recover in between these increasingly long sets of Arnold presses. So they're getting harder, not only because they're getting longer, but because we're having less time to recover in between. All right, another 5 reps. That's 15. All right. That's round 15. We only have to do 5 more rounds. All right, we got this. All right, so round 16, we just have to do 5 squats. And then we have to do 16 Arnold presses. All right, squats are done. Now I think, well, maybe I'll try to see if I can do 10 unbroken. Yeah, that'd be fun. I was gonna just start breaking them into little mini sets of 5. Do like 2 sets of 5 and then see if I could string together one final set of 6. So we have to do 16 total reps, but let me see if I have one more unbroken set of 10 in me. Wish me luck. It's 8, 9, that's 10. All right, so I just have to do 6 more. Maybe I can do them unbroken. I'll try to do at least 4 unbroken. And then if I feel like my arms are gonna fail, I'll take another short little rest break and finish up with the final 2. But if I can do all 6 unbroken, I would love to do that. All right, let's see what happens. 6 more, we're gonna get them done either way, it's okay. We're getting there. Just 4 rounds left. So with this round, we just have to do 4 squats. Let's go ahead and get our squats done. Just 4 reps, super easy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we have to do 17 Arnold presses. All right, well, I guess let's just keep trying to do the first 10 unbroken for as long as I can. So that's what I'm going for. I'm not super confident, but I'm gonna try. All right, when you're ready. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 7 more. Oh. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the final 7 reps unbroken, but I'll just keep going for as long as I can. Hopefully I can do at least 5. But whatever I can get done is fine by me. I'm gonna get the reps done. It's all good. That's 14, 3 more. 15, 16, and 17. Just 3 more rounds left to go. So for this round, we just have to do 3 squats. Let's just get them out of the way. 1, 2, 3. And now 18 Arnold presses. All right. So I'm going to continue trying to do my first 10 reps unbroken. I'm surprised that I'm still being able to do unbroken sets of 10 to start each round. So I'll try it again in this round. Okay, when you're ready, 18 Arnold presses. We got this. Eight, to do 8 more. So again, I'll attempt to see if I can do them unbroken. But if not, I'll try to at least get to 5. My arms and shoulders have had it though, so we'll see what happens. But I'm picking up my count at 10. It's 14, 4 more. 15, 16, 17. Why do I feel like I miscounted? Let me do 1 more. That's at least 18. I was counting out loud, so how did I miscount? I don't know, but I feel like I miscounted. So I might have possibly done an extra one, but I know I did at least 18. Just 2 rounds left. So this is round 19. We just have to do 2 squats. So let's get those done really quickly. 1 and 2. And now we have to do 19 Arnold presses. So again, I'm going to attempt to do my first 10 reps unbroken. Obviously, that is getting harder and harder. But I'll just do as many as I can. All right, when you're ready, here we go. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, 10. I mean, not the last one, but you know what I mean. I wish it was the last one. I have to do 9 more. If I want to try to do all 9 unbroken, I think I'm going to need a really long rest break. So I think I'm just going to get right into it, and I'm going to be prepared to stop. I think I'd rather just do like 5, take a quick little rest break, and then finish up with my final 4. If I can do all 9 without stopping, great. I just don't want to be standing here resting for 5 minutes. You rest for as long as you need to. I'm picking up my count at 10. That's 15. Now I'm gonna rest for like maybe 10 seconds. And then finish up with my final 4 reps. 16, 17, 18, and 19. All right, we made it. That was round 19. Round 20, this is our final round. We just have to do 1 squat. All right, squats are done. Now all we have left to do is our final 20 reps of Arnold press. And then, if that's enough for you today, I do not blame you. I feel like just this middle section of the workout alone has taken me me like over an hour, but I forgot to start my timer, so I don't know. But this is brutal. Now you see why I told you the cardio sections are completely optional. This absolutely works as a standalone workout. This is a really tough little workout. Simple but tough. All right, so round 20, we did our 1 squat. We have to do 20 Arnold presses. I'll try to do my first 10 reps unbroken again. We'll see what happens. When you're ready, here we go. To do 10 more, so I'm just gonna do 5 and 5. I'm not even going to attempt to do these final 10 reps unbroken. All right, let's dig deep. Let's do another set of 5. That'll get us to 15, and then we'll rest. 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, just 5 more reps. Just need like 15, 20 seconds here. Picking up my count at 15. Final 5 reps. That's 16, 17, 18, 19. We made it. Last rep. That's 20. Oh. Oh. That was so hard. My arms are so tired. I feel like I don't have enough strength to swing my jump rope. I'm not even kidding. Oh my God. So here's the deal. Even if you did the first cardio section with me, if you are completely spent, you have nothing left in the tank, or if you're just out of time for today, that's fine. Do your bonus burpee. Remember, the workout is not officially complete until you have done your bonus burpee. So do your bonus burpee, then use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the cool down. Do a quick little cool down with me, and then you can do your stretching, have your shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me, we're adding on another 10 minutes of moderate paced cardio. So I'm just repeating what I did for part 1, 10 minutes of interval jump rope. So another 20 rounds of 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals. So you can do that with me, or you can do, if what you did for part 1 was different, then you can repeat what you did for part 1, or you can do something completely different for part 3. And your cardio section doesn't have to be exactly 10 minutes long. Mine is going to be 10 minutes long, plus remember that extra 15 seconds or so at the end when the timer does that long series of beeps. But essentially my cardio section is going to be exactly 10 minutes long. Yours does not have to be. Plus or minus about 10 minutes of moderate paced cardio. Any way you want to get it done is fine. So, obviously I'm just taking a couple of minutes to rest because that part 2 was so long and so tough. I'll probably be tripping over my jump rope even more for this part 3, partly because, like I said, I'm struggling with my stamina right now. I'm out of practice with jump rope and my legs are jelly. My whole body's jelly after that part 2. So I'm probably going to be tripping over my jump rope a lot, plus also I'm just not very good at jumping rope. So I just want to remind you, if you're tripping a lot over your jump rope, do your best to just let it go. If you trip over your jump rope, take a deep breath and get right back into it. I know it's frustrating when you're trying to jump over a thing and instead you're tripping over that thing. You're failing. You're trying to do something, you're failing. Failure is upsetting. It can be demoralizing. It's frustrating. That's normal and natural to feel frustrated when you're failing at what you're trying to do, when you're telling your body to do one thing and your body's doing something different. I get that. I'm not telling you to stifle the frustration or to act like it's not there. I'm not trying to make you feel like you're doing something bad or wrong for feeling frustrated. That is a perfectly natural reaction. But here's what I am telling you is that if you give in to that and you allow your frustration to dictate your mindset moving forward, we have a lot of workout left ahead of us. We have 10 minutes left to go, 20 jump rope intervals. So you don't want to sabotage the rest of your workout with that negative self-talk. So just take a deep breath and get right back into it. Do your best to reframe it. Even if you're tripping over your jump rope, you're still moving. You're still getting your heart rate up, so you're still getting your cardio done, okay? So you're getting the work done either way. If you're tripping so much that it just becomes so frustrating that you don't want to continue, then just ditch the jump rope and jog in place. That's absolutely fine, okay? I'm stubborn and I want to get better with my jump rope, so even if I'm tripping over my jump rope left and right, I'm going to keep pushing through and I'm going to just do my best. So what do I always say? Your best is always good enough. So let your best be good enough. If your best today is tripping over your jump rope every 5 seconds, then that's the best you have today, so it's good enough, okay? Just do your best. So if you need a longer rest break to recover from part 2, so that you can towel off and drink some more water, if you want your heart rate to come down a little more, if your breathing hasn't normalized, again, you can pause the video, and when you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to start part 3 with me, let's go ahead and get into part 3. So now is where you want to get your music playing so that it's not quite so tedious. We're doing another 10 minutes of interval jump rope. So as soon as you're ready and your music is going, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. So remember, we always start with our rest interval so that you do not lose anything off of your first work interval. So here we go, another 10 minutes of interval jump rope. With legs that can barely stand. We got this. 1 interval down, 19 to go. Give up. We've got to be getting close. We can't possibly have more than a minute or two left. I'll pick up my timer after this interval. We got this. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Final work interval. Let's finish strong. long, and it was tough. But we are not quite finished yet. Remember that no workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope, meaning 100 revolutions of the rope. So this bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. You do not have to do it. But if you would like to do it with me, again, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just going to count 100 revolutions of the rope. We'll go after the plane. Enough time to catch my breath. I would love to do a nice clean set of 100 with no tripping over the jump rope, but you know, do your best. So if you would like to join me for this bonus set of jump rope, here we go, whenever you're ready, counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. So we're gonna count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that was 100. Oh my God. Jump rope is a real struggle for me right now. I'm so out of practice with it because while we were doing this slap challenge, I did almost no jump rope during the workouts. I was adding on jump rope after the workouts, but that was like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, so whatever progress I made has kind of come to a screeching halt because I haven't been jumping rope since this slap challenge ended. But I managed to get through my little bonus set of jump rope without tripping over Rude Becca, so congratulate me. Oh, I forgot to introduce Rude Becca. So if you don't know, Rude Becca is my adorable black jump rope with these cute little white skulls on the handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. But that's it. That's our little bonus set of jump rope. So now, at long last, we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's do a quick cool down together. You just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So you can pace back and forth, shake out the legs. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So bringing one arm across your body, use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure that your straight arm is completely relaxed, and make sure that your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. And as we're doing these stretches, I want you to keep moving so you can see that I'm kind of shifting my weight from foot to foot. You can shake out the legs, you can pace, whatever feels good to you, but keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. Shake it out. Let's get the other shoulder. So bring the opposite arm across your body. Use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure that your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Feel that nice stretch in the shoulder. Keep moving. If you're still breathing really heavily and your heart rate is elevated, that might feel better to pace, but shifting your weight from foot to foot is fine. Just keep moving. And again, keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So you do that by really focusing on feeling your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale. So with each inhale, I want you to visualize breathing down to your belly button. Feel your rib cage physically expand and visualize filling up your entire torso with air. And then use your diaphragm to control the air as you exhale. Let's do a tricep stretch. So bend one arm, place your hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. You want to avoid having this free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. So point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that really nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving. And keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So let's take one more nice deep breath here. As you inhale, allow your rib cage to expand. Feel your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale all the way down to your belly button. Visualize filling up your entire torso with air and use your diaphragm to slowly control the air as you exhale. Shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bend your other arm, place your hand on the elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Making sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving. And keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So let's take one more nice deep breath here. Inhale all the way down to your belly button. Nice, long, slow, controlled exhale. Come out. Shake out the arms. We're going to finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or some other strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface for support, like maybe the arm of your couch or your dining room table, kitchen counter. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If you're not holding onto anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. And now press your heel into your booty cheek. Really press it in there. Feel that nice stretch in your quads. As you're doing that, I want you to think about tilting your pelvis forward. So kind of tuck your booty underneath you. Imagine trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're going to feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively, but I also want you to feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. Inhale all the way down to your belly button. Nice, slow, controlled exhale. Come out. Shake out the legs. Let's get the other side. So bending the opposite knee. Bring the foot behind you. Reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding on to something for support. If you are not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek and tilt that pelvis forward. Tuck the booty underneath you. Suck that belly button back towards your spine. And make sure you're continuing to focus on your breath. So make sure that you're doing both of those things at the same time. So as you are tilting your pelvis forward, make sure that you're continually pressing your heel into your booty cheek. And as you're pressing your heel into your booty cheek, check in and make sure that you're continuously pushing your pelvis forward. Feel that stretch intensify in your quads. Feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. Nice, slow, controlled exhale, coming out. And one last time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. And that's it. That is our little cool down. So if you find that you are still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, just take a few more minutes to pace around. You can do some more light stretching if you want. That's a great idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you are taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day if you can to stretch. Immediately following the workout is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to do your stretching because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But it doesn't matter what time of day you do your stretching, just as long as you're getting it done. Taking the time to stretch every day is going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It is also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and of course it is going to improve your flexibility. So please make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day. Just please make sure that you are doing so safely. So it's fine if you want to put off your stretching until later on in the day. Just remember that if you do that, your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you'll need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before jumping into your stretching routine. You never want to start stretching with cold muscles because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But that is it. That is all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout, how you can kind of modify and customize the format to accommodate any time constraints that you may have, or to accommodate your fitness level or your access to equipment. If you have any questions about the specific exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do the exercises correctly, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions beyond what I've already provided, if you need to see beginner modifications for anything, I am always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. And that is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I just want to say one final thank you to those of you who watch the videos all the way until the end and comment with the secret code phrase of the day. All throughout the slap challenge, I was not doing a secret code phrase of the day, but we're bringing it back now. So today's secret code phrase of the day is, I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds. So if you are still watching, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone out there is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.